Hi, I'm Barbara Walters, and tonight on 60 Minutes, we're going to be learning about the religion Sikhism. Here we have Takat Chaban, who she is a avid Sikh who is very informed on the religion, and she's going to be explaining it to us tonight. So, Takat, you have a very interesting name. Why don't you give the viewers a little bit of a description?
Well, my name is Sikhism Religion, like you said, and basically it means that I am the Messiah of all the empires, and it means that I've been a ruler in all my previous lives, which I'll talk about that later, but that's what the translation is.
This is very cool. Okay, so Sikhism, if I'm right, it originates in India. Can you give us a little bit more of the background on that?
Yes, my family actually moved to the United States from India. It was the Punjab region.
And where'd you move to, Buffalo?
Yes, we live in Buffalo, New York now. And the region, that's just where Sikhism originated, and that's where most Sikhs live. But we moved because other reasons. And now in Buffalo, there's a lot of confusion between Muslims and Sikhs because we all kind of dress the same, but we do have like very different beliefs. But after 9/11, they just kind of have targeted us, and it's just not good.
And if I remember correctly, if you see a Sikh on the side of the road, typically they only wear turbans. Is that correct?
All the women wear this little thing, as I'm wearing, and then the men will wear turbans and have, the beards and...
And recently we've heard on a study that Sikhism itself has grown to 20 million people, which is quite a large number for a religion that is not as well known.
Yes.
Or I guess now it is. But.
It was founded over 500 years ago, and basically we just want everyone to be equal and, show love to everyone.
Very cool. And you said, equality. Is that with men and women? Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes, we believe that all men, women, children are all equal, and that's very different from other religions because mainly the man is, the provider and the superior of the house, but we believe everyone's the same, and that helps us to kind of keep God first with not thinking that like men are higher.
Also, you said something earlier about many lives and death. Could you describe a little bit about that? I know that's part of y'all's specific beliefs.
Yeah, we believe that the soul goes through cycles, so before I became human, I believed that I had many previous lives until I lived a good enough life in order to become human, because when you become human, that's the way that you can achieve salvation and merge with God. Yes. Yeah.
Also, I know that you believe there is one God, but they also have 10 gurus, and you haven't described them as necessarily idols or gods, but more like spiritual leaders. Can you elaborate on them?
We believe, just how Christians have priests, we believe that gurus are the people who help us keep on the right path. And we only have one God, which is a spiritual God, and we don't treat the gurus as idols, like you said. We just allow them to help us get through our lives in a godly way.
And an interesting fact, on the official Sikhism website, they had said that they don't necessarily have a lot of pictures, and that's just because they don't want people to necessarily worship the gurus, but they want them to have a physical representation of them. So I thought that was very interesting. So if you do see a picture of a guru, do not think in any way that Sikhs worship that guru, or if they have it in there, God Vahara, which I think we're going to talk about later.
Yes.
But that is just a physical representation of a guru.
Yes.
Also, did you describe the founder of the gurus, or the first guru that there was in Sikhism?
The founder of the Sikh religion was Guru Nanak, and he was born in 1469, and he preached basically all our beliefs, that we want everyone to love each other and everyone to be equal. And then our last living guru was Guru Gobind, and he died in 1708.
Interesting. In some ways, Sikhism can be compared to Christianity. And I know that Christians have a spiritual book, a Bible. Is there any sort of scripture that Sikhisms live their day-by-day life by?
We have many books and scriptures. Like, Christians only have the Bible, but we have a different book for weddings and marriage, and then we have different books for hymns and poems, which we use to worship in our God Vahara. But our main prayer book is the Ta Prasad Savaja, and that is a book that we also use in the Gadwahara, which the priest will read in. It's a way for us to read along in prayer and like pray in a specific way to our God.
Very interesting. Also, you've talked a lot about this Gadwahara, and that's a specific custom for Sikhism. A lot goes on in these Gadwaharas, which we have a separate film for you to watch that. But could you explain what a Gadwahara is?
Well, the Gadwahara is kind of the current word, but it used to be called the Dharma Salas, and it's just a place where Sikhs can get together and we worship together, and it's just, we get a sense of community there. And it doesn't really matter where it is, it's just what you do and the customs. Yeah, it's like, yeah. So this room could be my Gadwahara if I worshipped in the right way and was respectful about what I was doing.
Very interesting. And for a symbol, I've read about this, let me make sure I'm saying this right, the Darbar Sahib?
Darbar Sahib, yes. That's our symbol of Sikhism, and it is the Golden Temple, and it's in India, in the Punjab region, where many of the Sikhs originated, and it's just a beautiful golden temple that sits on this nice lake, and which is called the Pool of Nectar, and it has 4 doors on each side, which is a symbol of anyone can enter from any direction. It doesn't matter where you've come from. It just kind of like defines how our religion will accept anyone.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Kat, for coming and explaining Sikhism to us. That's all we have for tonight. So if you tune in, we have a separate video on the Gadwaharas, which you will see later. Thank you.